This lesson is to show how easily it is to take a design that you have digitized and quickly make a template for a die cutting machine. Here is a simple design that I have digitized, and you can actually see there is the graphic behind, and I'm going to fade that graphic and discuss with you the parts of this design. The first outline is key. And to create it, I used a running stitch with the drawing tool set to an open path. The next one is copy and paste. So this becomes most important to you, not the graphic. You want this to have a very nice shape because everything else will be created from it in relationship to the cone. So I'm happy with this shape. I copied and pasted it, and that holds the fabric where it's going to be placed, and then I added a tack down stitch. After that, I created the detail inside the cone and the final satin stitch. Moving to the next part, which is the scoop of ice cream, I created the outline, and again I made sure that I was happy with the shape. Here's my placement or position, and over here we have my tack down. Let's bring this forward and slide this bar down, and you can see I created more detail and then the final outline. These are the basic steps that I use in creating an applique. If you are unfamiliar with this and would like to learn more, I teach this class on Craftsy. It is called Digitizing Machine Embroidery Designs. Going back to creating the die cut. Here we have the ice cream cone. I'm going to click on the whole design, and you can see that I've grouped all the parts. Doesn't matter which software you are using because all of them offer you a group function. So typically when I'm done creating an applique, I group all the pieces so nothing gets moved. But in this case, I'm going to ungroup, and we're going to work on creating the template. And I will do that by clicking Save As. And before I do anything else, I will come up with the word template, template, and I'm just going to save this for my desktop and click Save. The next step would be to remove everything back to the original outline. So here we go. Now that disappeared because the whole design was selected. Bad move on my part. So I bring it back, and now I'm going to click outside the box and make sure I just have the elements, each one selected as I remove them. So here's the tack down stitch. Here's my actual detail. And I can see over here I still have one more cone outline. And delete. I do the same thing for the scoop. Whoops, a little hard to catch. Alright, I can see over here on my film strip that I have one scoop and one ice cream cone. The next step is for me to separate them. Because you want your software and your scanner to be able to separate them as well. And I'm going to click on my attributes. I'm going to turn off the running stitch. I'm going to pick a fill. I'm going to click on the other one. I'm going to turn off the attribute on that, on the outline, and change that fill. Okay, so now I have two areas. The next step would be to print it. And of course I would save it. We're clicking on print. I'm going to go to the print setup. A few things you need to know. I set it to actual size. I set it to realistic. If I used normal, I would end up with a jump thread from the cone to the scoop. I make sure I have it as print images empty, print sewing block, and print template. All of these are left blank. Once I have that done, I can click Print Preview. I can see how nicely it looks. See, there's no jump thread. And then from here, I will print it and just do the first page in this particular software. And you can take it over to your Brother Scan and Cut, or if you use a different type of die cutting software, make sure that you scan it into your computer in a 1-to-1 ratio and keep that size while you bring it into the specific software for your die cutter.